Hello everyone, welcome to the walking journey. Hope you guys are doing awesome in the YouTube world. I'm doing great here. I wanted to share with you guys a vision that I had with the Lord years ago and stuff that is going on today. So I was just listening to the song Tears for Fears. I think is an 80s it's an 80s group. I like 80s music. Some of you guys might not agree with me. The only thing I really listen to when it comes to music is worship music. I don't really listen to crappy Christian music. I ain't no offense to anyone, but I listen to worship music and sometimes 80s or music to work out because lately I'm trying to get in shape and lose weight. So I was thinking about what the song said. Everybody wants to rule the world. See how he didn't say countries or nations? He said the world. And it's very true, especially today. And this message is dedicated to Miss Key Gordon. I hope you're watching this, and all the brothers out there. You got to have a little faith. You got to stop. Like me, I'll confess it. I know someone said, oh, you shouldn't share your personal life. But again, it is the walking journey. So is life about my journey. We'll see how long this channel will go. Now, I'm not politically correct, and I don't care about people's little feelings. I'm just going to say it how it is. So, again, I dedicate this video to Miss Key Gordon. If you're out there watching this, instead of asking you in the comment section, I'm just going to tell you what the Lord put in my heart throughout this today and all these years, and what He did for me today. What happened today was a miracle in my life. Today, He did something to me that in my life that I don't deserve it. But anyways, I'll go on with what happened today and what the Lord put in my heart. So years ago, I was in the worship service. This is when the church really wasn't the situation it is today. So I'm not gonna go into that, but the point is, I was sitting in church, and that day, the music people, people playing the instrument, the music, the magicians. Not magicians, but musicians. Well, whatever, I'm tired. I apologize. I'm tired. I've been working all night, 14 hours. But anyways, I'm trying to hurry up because I got to get going. Anyway, so during worship, if the band, the people playing the instruments could synchronize and play the right tune. And I'm going to share something with you. You guys don't realize this, but music in heaven is very similar to Middle Eastern Arab, I guess you can say Arab music. I don't want to say the other one because in reality, people that live in what's called today the Middle East, which used to be called East Africa, East Northern Africa. I don't know if you guys knew that, but anyways, if you know what that music sounds like, you probably think a Latin, Arabia, the Middle East. You know what I mean? And the music in heaven is very similar to that. Believe it or not, guys. We're going to say, well, how's that possible? Well, you understand, Jesus is a Jew, right? So the Jews and the Arabs are pretty much related, which I'm not going to go there. But what I'm trying to say is the music in heaven is very similar to that. And that day I remember in the altar, they were playing and they didn't realize it. I don't know if they didn't realize it, or maybe the brother that was leading the music group, probably praying and fasting. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So he just played the right beats, and it was very much like Middle Eastern, Arab music, Arabian music. And it just opened up. I'll never forget it. It opened up like a gateway from heaven. And I felt the presence of the Lord. It just came over my entire face and my head. Right? And I saw the Lord. Now, He was very blurry, I remember. It was our Lord Jesus Christ in heaven. I saw, it kind of looked like clouds. I couldn't see like a floor like here, the dirt, the floor we call the earth, whatever. But it was mostly like, kind of like fog, but like dark fog at night. Like a darkish, like, like when the clouds are like about to rain and they're really dark, but except more like at night with the fog, and it extended far away, and the Lord was sitting on His throne. Now again, I couldn't see Him really, but I could see his like when you take a piece of paper and you take a pencil and you what do you call this? You you trace around it. That's what I'm saying. I saw the Lord kind of like traced, so I could only see like his. I knew it was him. He was wearing a white robe from the neck all the way to the bottom. Again, I couldn't see his face because it was so. I wasn't permitted to see him. All right, I didn't see no light. I didn't see no whatever. All these people make up stories here on YouTube. This was real and legit. Okay, this isn't my imagination. It was during worship, sir. I was having a really crummy day that day. It's not one of those. I'm not those type of people that I'm spiritual or holy and I do everything the correct way. You know what I mean? No. If you've been watching my channel, so I lose subscribers. I am very unorthodox, okay? I'm very untraditional. I'm just real, and I keep it clean, and I try to be what I am. But anyways, going back to what I was saying. So I saw the Lord, and he got up from his throne. He got up from his throne, and I'll never forget it. He pointed towards that expanse, that was all those like kind of looked like clouds, but they weren't really clouds, okay? And he pointed down there. Now the song, the worship song, is a Spanish song, and it talks about his enemies. And the song was talking about how the Lord defeated the Egyptians when he parted the sea, and the Hebrewites marched through the Red Sea, and that all the Egyptians flooded, his army, his men, his horses, they all flooded. And Egypt was the empire at the time, like saying the United States with them. Nobody messed with the Egyptians back then. You didn't mess with the Egyptians. They were a superpower, and the Lord defeated them. So going back to Tears for Fear, everybody wants to rule the world. I just had an incident here with the bread guy. I don't know what bread. I got stuck because I got here when nobody was here. So I dropped off the loaded trailer because I'm doing a drop and hook, right? So I have to drop it off right here. And I got out of the truck. I backed up into the empty trailer. I pulled it out. I put it in front of, say, this one. So by the time I backed up into the empty trailer, this guy decided to park like between another bread truck and this trailer. And I asked him if he could move, please. Do you think he moved? He's bad mouthing me and this and that. So I'm not here complaining, but what I'm saying is people like that are just evil. They don't know the Lord. He's overweight. He's a fat pig. Yes, I said he's a fat pig. He smokes cigarette. He has a cigarette in his mouth. Me, I've been working out. I have so much confidence now. I have so much energy. My testosterone is just off the roof. And I just thought, man, you know what? The Lord did something for me today. And this guy doesn't know the Lord. So he's acting like a jerk, like an asshole, you could say. He doesn't know the Lord. And I had to put up with this. So when I came to that realization, I calmed down. You know what I mean? My stamina went away. And I say, what do I gain anyways? Get in a fight with this guy, they check the cameras, they come after me. It's not worth it, I could take the guy down easy, but that's not the point. So the Lord showed me, it downloaded into my brain. That's the best way I can explain it. But I got as close as I could to his truck. I put the truck in a straight position. I backed up all the way before I even hit the wall, and then swing the most I could and go between him. And I was able to get to that because honestly, it didn't look like I get through there. I couldn't get through there. Honestly, it takes some mad skills. I'm not going to lie. And I don't have those kind of mad skills. But the Lord downloaded it into my brain. So I got out of there. I thought about the song. And I said, this guy is evil. I could see it in his face. He's evil. He's evil. He has no sense of common courtesy. No common sense. Why are you going to park there? The border guy's got to get out too. Instead of giving me an attitude, you could have just moved a little bit or parked somewhere else to begin with. Because he's not the only one that's going to come, park there and unload, right? So what I'm trying to say is, like what's going on today, they're trying to bring their new world order, okay? But I remember like 3 years ago, I was sitting in the back of the church and it downloaded me this great reset. And if you guys have been watching me for a long time, I always talk about this reset and what the Lord showed me years ago. And they're talking about the great reset now in the media and everything. They're saying it's a conspiracy, but they're being very open about it. If you hear about what they call it, the economic world it's called the economic world something trade. Yeah, the economic world trade, right? They're talking about the Great Reset. And you guys can do your research about that. But this is what the Lord showed me 3 years ago concerning that. It's not the way they want it to be. Because yes, the Antichrist is trying to set his Antichrist system. But you got to remember, Christ Jesus is going to rule one day again. And so when I had that vision in church years ago where the Lord stood up and he pointed at, the Lord showed me that he was in control of his enemies. He's controlled, and and his enemies have to answer to him. He is in control. When he stands out of his throne, these people are accountable and they are defeated. So this Great Reset, this so-called New World Order, this coming out, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the I don't want to make this video too long. Was it Bilderberg, whatever you call them, the Trilateral Commission, whatever you want to call them, Club of Rome, United Nations. Anyways, but the point is, when the Lord stands up, and he's gonna stand up, and he's gonna put a stop to this, it's not his time to rule yet. Because you got to remember, Christ is gonna rule here and set up his new earth and his new kingdom, and we're gonna have new bodies one day. And the Lord is in control, and his enemies are gonna be at his full footstool one day, and they still are. So when he gets up, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, the election seems like game over right now, and I'm here to encourage you. But he is in control, and his enemies will not rule. He will not let his enemies get away with their schemes or triumph, because when he gets up, these people are going to be squashed, just like the Egyptians. And you know, this guy's evil. And what I'm trying to say is there's evil people like him, very evil and diabolical, more evil than this guy, of course. They're trying to think they could get away with everything they're doing, but no, they're not going to get away with it. And the Lord did something great for me today, and it all connects with one another. I've been complaining a lot, and I've realized in the last couple of weeks that I complain a lot. And today I started having a real bad day with the electronic logs. They sent me all the way to Louisiana, and I'm like, what if I get an inspection? And the computer wasn't working. I'm like, man, I hate this job. But I said, no. I'm not going to let it get to me. Going back to all of you that are really worried about the elections and the New World Order and vaccines and chip this, chip that, Great Reset. Because this is not the ultimate great reset. What the Lord showed me was Matthew 24. Like in the days of Noah, when Noah left the ark, it was all peaceful, new trees, animals, the waters were receding, right? It was him and only his children. This time is not going to be like that, because we're not going to be on an ark. There's going to be a very great destructive force here on the earth one day. Unlike all of you, there's going to be a rapture. No. Where's the rapture now, right? They're talking about a great reset. Where's your rapture now? On the contrary, there's going to be a great revival before this great destruction. We're all going to be knocked down, just like in Noah. When Noah got off the ark, there was nothing here. All technology was gone. Civilization, stores, economies, countries, nations, everything was gone. Only what was on the ark. If you don't believe me, look at the first couple of centuries here in human history since it's been recorded. Just recently, I mean, now we got vehicles, but it's been always first horses or walking. People lived in caves. Not anymore, right? Look, we're back to the days of Noah. We're almost there. Guys, open your eyes. If there's evil people at our level, at my level, truck driver, there's evil people in power. These people are evil. But the Lord will triumph at the end. Yes. There's going to be a great revival. The Antichrist is trying to set up his new world order, whatever you want to call it, beast system. But he's not going to succeed. So that's when the Lord is going to allow a big destruction after the great revival. Many people are going to die. This whole place humanity is going to be reset back to the Stone Age. Yeah, there's going to be rubble and destruction, just like in the movies, like any movie in the 80s. I remember we used to be able to see the downtown area all blown up from a nuclear bomb or ocean wave, whatever. It's going to be great destruction. Kind of like, people talk about EMP attack would knock us back to the Stone Age. worse than that. And humanity is going to lose all faith in God after that great revival. And who's going to come along? The Antichrist. Beast system, mark of the beast, end times, what do you want to call it? And he's going to rule here for quite, I don't know how long. If you read the scripture, it tells you how many days. And some people say 7 years, right? Then that's when Christ comes back to defeat the beast system, and he will rule here on earth. So guys, don't be discouraged. You got to remember, like Jesus said, this is all sign of the times, like the tree, the fig tree. Remember, guys, the parable, I think it's the fig tree, right? Where he talks about how it's going to blossom, or, you know, the storm is coming, or you see the tree starting to, you know, first is because I got fruit trees. So first it gives out its flowers, right? And that's when you know the fruit is coming. But then there's a great storm, right? So it's not here yet, guys, but these are all signs that we're nearby. If you don't believe me, go to your local church. Those people are wearing a mask. They're like fools. And I'll tell you that right now. But hey, don't call anybody a fool, right? But it's just the honest truth. My advice to each and one of you, start fasting, praying, and have faith in the Lord. He will not triumph because the Lord is standing up. All of you that are discouraged with this election, don't be discouraged. Our faith should be in the Lord anyways. Look at me. I refuse to wear a mask. They're going to cut my head off. Let them cut my head off. The Lord's going to give me a new body and give you a new body. What I'm trying to say is, they're not going to get away with this so-called great reset. They're going to try. But when the Lord stands up, he will stand up. And going back to what the Lord did for me today, like I said, I was starting to complain and I started to flip out, and I didn't let it get to me. Yes, I was irritated. I was getting upset. I said, oh man, I'm going to have a bad day. But I said to myself, you know what? Everything's going to be all right today. Because when I get back to the yard, I'll just correct my logs on a different truck. Hopefully I don't get pulled over. So I prayed and I asked the Lord. And you know what happened to me? Like 35 minutes into my route, I felt like a warmth, but it wasn't a good warmth, leave my head, and something left. Something bad left the top of my head. I felt it go through my eyes, and I felt kind of awkward and weird. I felt really weird while it happened. I just don't want to get into details exactly what happened because I was driving the truck, but I had a very strange experience. And like 2 minutes later, I started processing what was going on, and I recuperated and thought, because it happened kind of quick, and I felt better afterwards. I felt better because last night my blood pressure went skyrocket. I was really discouraged about that, and even when I was coming into work, I felt like blood pressure thing, and then I was like, why? And I was like, is my insulin resistant coming back? I did gain like 2 pounds, and then I lost like 4.